Shy. Either I am kind of holding back from saying certain things on this video, right? But here's what I'm going to say. If you've been with me for the longest time, you know by now that Glory Elijah does not like shipping in Big Brother's house. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're going to ship, then make it interesting. All right, make it interesting. I love the messy ones. I do not like the kumbaya type of ships. I do not like the peaceful, loving types of ship because it's a competition and you have to make it interesting. You have to play games around it. I love the messy kinds of ships, right? And just make it chaotic. Give me entanglements, give me triangles, give me polyamorous relationships. I would take it. Give me thruples. I would take it. But don't make it boring, right? And that is the only reason I am patiently waiting to see what Goddessa wants to achieve with this thing she is trying to do with Araga. Yeah. Now, why am I saying this? I put out a video yesterday sharing details of Araga and Goddessa's first kiss, the first official kiss of the season. And then last night, something happened right after the first pool party of the season. It seemed as though Goddessa wanted a reaction from Araga, yeah? And she wasn't getting the particular reaction that she wanted. Yeah. Now, I like the fact that she was kind of trying to give us messy ship, jealous boyfriend, nonchalant girlfriend. She was already putting the plan in motion, but Araga was not playing ball. Ladies and gentlemen, he was not playing ball. And at that point in time, I kind of became worried for her because if Araga does not play along, then her strategy, that gameplay, is dead on arrival, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So I'm just going to leave it at that for now because there's a lot more to also talk about on this video. That's the first wager task presentation that happened yesterday, which was hilarious, but also mind-blowing. Not, okay, let me not say mind-blowing. I think that's too much to qualify it, but it was also a big one. It was a great one. And I can't wait to give you the details about that. And then that was also the first pool party of the season before we then had the almost first lovers tiff between Goddessa and Araga. So on this video, I'll be spilling all the juicy tea about all of these things I've just highlighted. All right. So please make sure you watch to the end. Do not skip out on any part. All right. So you do not miss out on anything. Also, ladies and gentlemen, a quick reminder that tomorrow is Saturday, and you know what usually happens here by 3 p.m. WAT. We're going to be converging here for our YouTube live conversation. In other words, the first YouTube live conversation of the Big Brother Naija Show Yourself season. There will be a lot to talk about, a lot to unpack, a lot to dissect. I cannot wait to interact with every single one of you. So please make it a date with us. Do not miss out. I look forward to hosting all of you. All right. And you're all especially welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory Elijah, and I am the girl with the tea. Without further ado, let's get right into the details of this video. First, beginning with the first wager task presentation of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, it was amazing. As a matter of fact, I made discoveries, like new discoveries of new personalities that, oh my God, I think I'm going to be intellectually obsessed with this season. If you know me well, you know that Glory Elijah is not only a sucker for entertaining housemates, but also housemates who are intellectually sound, who have oratorial prowess, who are very, very eloquent. I am a sucker for housemates like that. And as I said, I made new discoveries last night. Yes. Now, everybody has always had this notion that, oh my God, Aiko is very, very intelligent. Aiko sounds like Tafawa Balewa, you know. I mean, he still does. And because he was kind of like the first to, you know, show his intellectual capacity in terms of handling educational issues like that in the house, all eyes were on him. Everybody was kind of looking forward to his performance during their presentation. But then lo and behold, Gerard said, hold my beer. Hold my beer. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, respectful accolades to other housemates like Chimsom, Barry, Cassie, who almost flopped. To be quite honest with you, I was kind of wondering, like, okay, why was he giving special mentions? But yeah, respectful accolades to those people. But Gerard stole the show effortlessly. Oh my days. Gerard was presenting. I was having goosebumps. Now, aside the fact that the boys' team was spitting facts. They were spitting facts. It felt like they were defending their PhD project. These people gave us a show. Like, they were fully prepared. Now, they had flaws because the theme of the wager says nature versus nurture, what makes you who you are, right? So in all of their presentation, in all of their arguments, they never for once related it to themselves as individuals. You see that part of what makes you who you are, right? They actually explained all of it, you know, using factual examples, analysis, science, relating it to nature and itself, plants, animals, human beings, but there was no personalization, which was basically what the girls were doing. So the girls were giving very, very emotional arguments, in my personal opinion, whilst the guys were giving a very, very highly placed logical and intellectual level of argument. Yes. So the guys did it for me. The way they dressed for the presentation, they came prepared, and it was just refreshing to see. It was beautiful to see. The girls, on the other hand, I'm sorry, but they were looking so chaotic. They were looking so scattered. Nature tried at least to give us a more professional look, you know, as per what they should have won, but the rest, the guys were just all over the place. It was a sore sight to behold, in my opinion, yes. But still, back to Gerard, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, it's sad to say that he took the spotlight. Yeah, it felt like it was his TED Talk. Gerard had command of the stage. He held both the housemates and the viewers spellbound by not just the size of his vocabulary bank, but also by the depth of his knowledge of the topic. Ladies and gentlemen, it showed that he really studied hard. And also, to give kudos to the other presenters on his team, they really did their homework. And you see, this is what I had been saying in all of my previous videos, that these guys, they had been practicing, they had been rehearsing, they had been preparing. And whilst they were doing all of that, my gender, on the other hand, were busy bickering, fighting over Ricky, and just fighting over who the main character is and will be. And it was so exhausting. I mean, we were entertained, of course, because if they did not give us all of that drama, the week would have been boring. However, they did not know how to really multitask. The guys knew how to multitask. And oh, this is the part where I apologize to all of you for misunderstanding the fake fight that had been staged by the guys to happen between Cassie and Gerard yesterday afternoon whilst they were still preparing for their presentation. Apparently, they had staged it to distract the girls again, since the girls enjoy getting distracted, you know, and that was what it was all about. So I did not catch the drift at that point in time, but later on when they were discussing it, I got to understand. So, hey, please, oh, it's not my fault. They did not quickly spill it immediately, yeah? But yeah, back to the girls now, ladies and gentlemen. I already knew that the girls were going to lose. And yeah, this is to also inform you all that the guys won. Yay, they won. And I was so happy for all of them because it would have been biased if they did not win. For what? Even Big Brother knows, right? But yeah, I knew the girls were going to fail. Their arguments, as I said, were very, very emotional. But I think the fact that they personalized their argument, it's also sort of gave them an edge over the guys. But when it came to really, really digging deep and dissecting the topic, the guys did it 100% for me. Yeah. And another thing was, I felt like the girls were too dramatic. Like they were overly dramatic. Shiba was doing too much. Yeah, I'm gonna be frank about it. Shiba was doing too much. You see all that, you know? Oh my God. I'm like, girl, come on. This is a debate. It's supposed to be professional. Even if you want to give us a bit of theatrics, just remember that this is not a stage play. This is a debate. It's a serious business. So Shiba was overdoing it. Yeah, she was really overdoing it. And it was kind of distracting. It was just annoying sometimes. Yeah. But overall, Gerard, as I said, was a refreshing discovery. And see, I developed like this newfound respect for him because Gerard is kind of quiet in the house, but the moment he commanded that stage, boom, this guy was in a show yourself mood. So whilst the likes of Mercedes is showing herself with her, pole dancer moves, which is fantastic, by the ways. I mean, there is also Gerard, who has also reintroduced himself to us, the viewers, that, hey, there's another brain in this house. I mean, all the housemates so far, one way or the other, they've been kind of doing their own show yourself moment, and it's been refreshing to see. So yeah, congratulations to the male housemate for taking it in the bag. The reward for winning, according to Big Brother, is that during the shopping process on Saturday, they will be in charge, and they will also be in charge of the distribution of food supplies in the house next week. You and I know what that means. A recipe for disaster. A recipe for more drama, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see how that pans out. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about the wager presentation. What do you think? Share in the comment section below. Now quickly, on to the first pool party of the season. Now, this might be a controversial take. However, it has to be said, all right? I personally think that the first pool party of the season was fun. Yeah, a lot of people are not going to agree. A lot of people are going to be saying, no, Glory was boring. Rah, rah. I know, calm down. I know why I said that, yeah? For a number of reasons. Now, I've noticed over time that the viewership of Big Brother Naija enjoys chaos. There are those ones who enjoy shipping, relationship and whatnot, but there's a majority that enjoys fight, violence. So when it comes to tactical games, yeah, a lot of people don't catch it. They don't see it. They don't even recognize it, yeah? What they easily recognize are the fights. The, hey, you're mad, you're crazy. So it's only when there's an altercation on the show that people say, this season is hot, the show is exciting, drama, hey. That is the only thing that a lot of people understand. And am I mad about it? Sometimes I am. In fact, a lot of times I am, because it's frustrating to actually explain to people that, okay, the ones that are not fighting, this is what they are doing, but they will never get it, because for them, if they don't see the altercations, your father, your mother, for them, the show is not showing, the game is not gaming, right? So why am I explaining this? The pool party last night, in fact, during and after, was not like that. These housemates were genuinely having fun. Yeah, everybody was dancing, everybody was happy, everybody was in their element. However, in the midst of all of that, there were things that were happening. You have to look to see it. And what were those things that was happening? Number one, the very, very obvious one was Neche and Ricky avoiding each other like a plague. So after all that drama that happened day before yesterday morning about Nomi, sleep on my bed, don't sleep on my bed, blah, 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 blah. They had actually had a conversation yesterday, which was quite mature of them. Although I was sad. I did not want them to talk. I wanted them to continue quarreling. Yeah. But they had a reconciliation conversation. They had resolved whatever it was. Ricky had sat down, listened to Neche, which is what she had been trying to do, explain her side, and they had finally understood her and they had resolved it. They had settled the conflict. So they were on good terms, right? And in a way, I was kind of looking forward to seeing both of them even dance together because all the housemates were dancing with each other. But guess what? Ricky was, let's say, he was in front. Neche was here. She was dancing with Barry, dancing with Cass. In fact, she was dancing with any and everybody that comes around her. But Ricky was keeping his very long distance. Interesting. Now, that was also Yusuf and Bells. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on between those two? I mean, Yusuf had actually opened up to Big Brother during his diary session yesterday that first impression of Belle was that she was not cool. But having gotten to know her more now, they've had conversations, he realized that he likes her, she's a cool person, da da da. Also, when he heard about what happened between her and what's his name, Chimsom, the head of house, he realized that Chimsom was hypocritical and had lied about the details. So now he's feeling overly protective over her and has declared that in this house, if anybody comes for Bells, he's going to take up her fight to deal with the person on her behalf. So for me, I felt like, oh, probably that's like a Big Brother type of gesture or a friendly gesture. But guess what? The way they were dancing at the party last night, it wasn't giving I call him brother, I call him sister. It was giving I am into the shawty. Yep. That was what it was giving. That was what it was giving. It was giving, I like this girl. It was giving, oh my God, this girl is hot. And of course, Bells is hot. She's just petite, but she's fine. She's hot. And they were grinding together at some point, and Yusuf was always checking up on her. The way they were leaning closer to each other, I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So, my eyes are on those two because before Sunday, I need to find out if it is a ship that is blooming or if it is just a usual friendship because they were kind of cute together. Very, very cute. And to be very honest, in terms of aesthetics, one would think that Yusuf would probably be chasing the likes of Nomi or Neche, the big hot baddies in the house, because Bells, to be very honest, is not necessarily a baddie, right? One would think that Yusuf would be chasing the baddies, but he's actually going for Bells. So it's a very, very interesting dynamic, and I would want to see how that pans out. But that's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, still at the pool party, there was Goddessa. Oh, before I even talk about the Goddessa one, because I wanted to lead into her small rift with Araga, right? Nomi, oh my goodness. Nomi with the body. Nomi's body was, it was exuding hot heat. Like the radiation, I could feel it here. That girl is fine. She might be very, very strong-headed and very, very feisty, but she is fine, really fine. There are speculations that she had a BBL, she did her body. Who cares? If she had a BBL, well, I need the doctor's phone number because that doctor really did great. But whichever it is, she was looking really fine. I loved her bikini, really looking hot. And she kept it simple and classy. Although she did not go around dancing with a lot of people. She stood in one place, with her friend Tammy. But at some point, Tammy was like, nah, fuck it. I'm not here to be a spectator. I am here to participate. I am here to be a player. So Tammy was going around and was dancing like her life depended on it. And she had fun. Oh my God. Before I forget, guys, another honorable mention at the pool party is Mercedes. Hey, this girl, This girl, she was giving dominatrix vibes. Her outfit was eating and everything. And see, let me say this, yeah. One thing I admire about Mercedes is that she does not really care about the stereotype about pole dancers in Nigeria. Pole dancers are not necessarily respected. People do not see what they do as an art or, just a craft or whatever it means to them. People see them as the bottom barrels of society, the completely immoral people that do not love God, people that do not respect their families. People just see them as, let's just call it, the prostitutes of the society, right? And what people don't understand is some of these people, it is a craft for them. It's a skill that they learned over time or probably got naturally and then they sharpened it to make a living, right? Everybody cannot be a banker. Everybody cannot be a doctor. There are some people that will thrive better in the entertainment industry, and the entertainment industry in society is really vast, right? So people don't really respect pole dancers. But what I see with Mercedes in Big Brother's house is she does not really care. She has risen above that stereotype. And so she basks in it. There's an S behind that bask, I beg. I cannot pronounce it more than that. She revels in her skill, her talent, and the way she carries herself, the way she wears her role, whatever role she's playing. I respect it. I love it. I admire it. And for me, that is her own way of showing herself. She's selling her market. Whatever it is she's selling it well. And that was what, once again, she was doing. In fact, during their, what's it called, their wager task presentation, although I did not really like her outfit, but I think it kind of suited the message she was passing with her presentation. But at the pool party, oh my goodness, she looked fire. She looked amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, aside that, there was also Chimsom and Kamsi. They were rocking the same color of bottoms, and the way they were grinding and rocking, it was insane. Yeah. Now, on to Goddessa. Goddessa was dancing with a lot of guys and girls. First, she was dancing with Araga, like she was rocking this guy, and then later on, she went and was rocking every other guy, except Ricky, of course. And Araga did not mind. Araga would dance with, his fellow guys, dance with in the middle of some girls, but wasn't rocking other girls. Now, it was very obvious what Goddessa was trying to do. It was very obvious that she wanted to make him jealous. Hence the conversation they had after the pool party. But the guy was not like, he did not care. He did not care. For him, have your fun. So she was upset, like, oh, it made me look bad because one person is rocking different guys, cock, and then the other person is dancing in front of girls and not particularly rocking other girls. Like, she wanted there to be a balance. She wanted him to be upset. She wanted him to react. But the guy was just laughing and saying, look, it's fine. It's cool. And it was funny to me because earlier that yesterday, Araga was trying to confide in her that he was struggling because it feels like he's not showing himself yet. It feels like he's still in that euphoria of, oh my God, I'm in Big Brother's house. So he doesn't even know what to do with himself. And she was sort of selfish in that conversation because she wasn't at first granting him the listening ear that he needed. Instead, she made it about her. I was asking, so how does that affect me now? Oh, do you see how weird this is? She was interpreting it to mean that her showing him affection was not getting to him because he was probably not feeling it the way she was feeling. So she wanted the guy to react, but he did not react. Hence the reason I said at the very start of this video that she needs to, I just hope for her that Araga plays along in this messy ship type of situation that she's trying to play. Because if he doesn't, then it's going to be futile. It's going to be a wasted strategy, to be very honest. So if she sees and observes fully that this guy is a nonchalant man, then she needs to begin to fish elsewhere for another guy that is very, very chalant. Yes, for another guy that can give her the reactions that she wants. In other words, creating a throuple, or maybe just an entanglement or a triangle or some sort to make it interesting. Otherwise, it's going to make her game boring. Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all for this video. I would love to hear your thoughts about that. So please go ahead and share in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys on another video soon. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.